The word democracy comes from the Greek words of demos, which means people, and kratos, which means power or rule. So democracy basically means the rule of the people. Democracy first started as a direct democracy in Greek cities, notably ancient Athens, where people came together to speak about their concerns and opinions in front of rulers of the city-state and directly voted on new rules and laws. Here is considered as the birthplace of democracy. For the very first time, decisions were made by the people instead of rulers. But sadly, the ancient Greeks did not see all people equally. Slaves, women, children, and the people who did not have a land weren't allowed to vote. This is what we call a flawed democracy today. Most democracies are indirect or representative, which means that you can't vote for a new law yourself, but you can vote for people who then become lawmakers and present your interests. But democracy isn't just about voting. It's about everything to protect the best interests of the people, no matter what is their race, gender, political opinion, or religion. These interests can be human rights, quality of life, infrastructure, and many more. Modern democracies divide power into three different branches: the legislative, the people who make the law; the executive, the people who make sure that you obey the law; and the judiciary, who judge you if you commit a crime. These three are independent and work following the process, checks and balances, which means all the work must be clear and fair. And very important, the people who have power also must follow the law and not exceed their authority.
Government is the people and institutions that lead a country, province, territory, or community. Governments manage the land, resources, and people living within its borders. Around the world, various types of government make decisions and rules for people in different ways. A democracy is a type of government where, ideally, a majority of the people are included in political decision-making. In democratic countries, citizens elect politicians through a vote to make decisions on their behalf. Citizens are also free to run for office, and they have protected rights like freedom of speech and religion. So where does Canada fit in? We're a parliamentary democracy. We elect representatives to our parliament and legislatures. In a parliamentary democracy, the political party with the most number of representatives in parliament forms government, and its leader becomes the prime minister. It is our parliament and elected representatives that make the decisions and decide which laws to create and change. This ensures, above all else, Canada remains a democracy. Perhaps one of the best things about living in a democracy is that we all have guaranteed political and civil rights, like freely forming and expressing your own opinions, even if others don't agree, being free to worship in your own way, and the right to protest. Having democratic rights means that every Canadian citizen, 18 years of age and older, has the right to participate or vote in government elections. And elections are legally required to be held at least every 5 years. Canada is a huge country, and each community has its own unique needs and interests. To serve Canadians most effectively, the government is split into 3 levels. The federal government is responsible for the entire country. Provincial and territorial governments are responsible for their province or territory, and local or municipal governments manage their city or town.
Hey there. Yes, you. Are you ready to vote? To vote, you have to be a Canadian citizen and 18 or older on Election Day. You also need to be registered to vote at your current address. Why wait until Election Day? Go to elections.ca now to check, update, or register for the first time. Register today. It's easy and will save you time when you go to vote. If you're registered at your current address, you'll get a voter information card in the mail soon after the election is called. This card tells you when, where, and the ways to vote. If you don't get a voter information card, or if it has the wrong name or address, go to elections.ca to update your information. If you need help, call Elections Canada at 1-800-463-6868.
I mean, this is your future, and it's not going to take a long time. It's only 10 minutes of your life. What, you'd rather be texting with your boyfriend?
I could be playing basketball.
I'd rather be on the phone talking to my friends.
I gotta go buy a Snickers bar.
Why should I vote when I could be playing Xbox 360?
Why vote?
Because my vote can save millions of lives.
Why should you vote? I guess in particular my message is for Aboriginal people. It's your right to vote. People fought hard for that right. You should exercise that right just like you exercise your other rights in terms of food, social, ceremonial fish, or whatever, what have you. There's a number of Aboriginal rights you could exercise, but this is a right you have. This is the right that many people fought for so that you could exercise it today. Beginning in 1960, Aboriginal Canadians were no longer required to give up their treaty rights and renounce their status under the Indian Act in order to qualify to vote. You know, to think about that, you had to give up your status card or your treaty rights to vote. All the way up until 1960, that's not very far in our history.
I'm Pyramid Lake Paiute and I vote.
I'm Crow Creek Sioux and I vote.
I'm Kiowa.
I'm Cherokee Indian.
I'm Indian and I vote.
I'm Omaha, Navajo, Cherokee.
I'm Athabascan and I vote.
I'm Navajo.
Ponca.
I'm Oglala Lakota and I am a native vote.
I vote because I know the power of the native vote.
We will.
We will.
We will.
We will.
We will.
We will.
We will be counted.
We will matter.
We will stand our ground.
We will be brave.
Brave. Brave.
We will be heard. Heard.
We will.
We will.
We will.
We will organize.
We will
Vote.
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 Vote. Vote. Vote.
We will.
Vote because we matter.
Because you matter.
We will vote because we make a difference.
We will vote.
We will. We will.